This book didn't just change cooking, it changed how we worship chefs and how far we think in suffering. It is acceptable in the name of greatness. This is White Heat, Marco P. White, 7 minutes video. So we get insights of this inside on the book. Hi, my name is Carlos and this is Gastrofilosofia. Cooking is never just about food, it's about power, discipline, meaning. In every great kitchen, there is an unspoken philosophy about suffering, perfection, and what is a human being is worth in pursuit of excellence. Join me in this trip about not only we're talking about food, we're gonna talk about meaningless in the kitchen. Go inside the professional kitchen, and this is Gastrophilosophy. Welcome. This book didn't just change cooking, it changed how we worship chefs, how far we think suffering is acceptable in the name of greatness. Marco, it's aggressive.
My head chef, Robert Reed, said to me, "So where do we go from here, Marky?" And I said to him, when I was a young boy, Mr. Reed used to tell me about a restaurant in Paris called Hace, which was the ultimate, because it had 3 stars in Michelin and 5 red knives and forks. I said, we've got 3 stars with 4 black knives and forks. Let's go for 5 red knives and forks. For the next 3 years, we pushed and we pushed and we pushed and we did everything.
And to use your fingers. The most important thing.
In January '98,
no fingers, no food.
Something that also
we won our 3 stars with 5 red knives and forks. I'd realized my dream
because in many occasions I get
all those years later. And that dream I had when I was 17 years old. I was now 37 years old, so for 20 years I'd worked to realize my dream. Things don't happen overnight. You have to make the emotional and the personal investment to make your dreams come true. My father sent me to Harrogate, which was a spa town, and told me to find a job. The most daunting task in my life. And I went to Harrogate and I found a job at the Hotel St. George in Harrogate. And I started there on the 20th March 1978. It wasn't great food, but what they taught me was how to push, how to run, how to be consistent. Because consistency is born out of discipline. How never to be late, how to go to work when you're not feeling well, and let the chef send you home. Success is born out of luck. It's awareness of mind that takes advantage of that opportunity. You will all be confronted with opportunity. You must take advantage of it. Because if you don't take advantage of your opportunity, you'll never realize your dreams. Whether you want them or not is an irrelevance. You don't know that until you achieve it. I think what gave me the drive to succeed was my insecurities. Reading, writing, struggling. It gave me that individual drive to prove myself because I'd been belittled at school. I'd never been taken serious. I was always looked upon as being a fool, as being stupid. So it was the fuel behind me. And that's what made me work far harder, was to prove to my father and other individuals, including several teachers, that, you know, maybe I struggled with reading and writing, but I had and possessed other great qualities. And so had I been dealt with as a child, I may never have the energy or the fuel to drive me to get to where I got. I've had lots of bad luck in my life, but I think having bad luck is equally as important. Because when you have bad luck in life, you have to reflect. You have to take the knowledge from that experience. We've all been treated badly. We've all made mistakes. We've all had bad luck. So what we have to do is reflect, take the knowledge from that experience, and then allow it to enrich our life. It's as simple as that. And let's be honest, when people say, do you have any regrets, Marco? I say no. Because had it not been for all those mistakes I made,
You wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have today. I wouldn't have the experience that I have today. Because mistakes are fine as long as you take the knowledge from the mistake. And so the one thing my father gave me, which was really key, was that work ethic. That ability to get myself up in the morning, no matter how tired I was, to push myself through those pain barriers. And again, the combination of the loss of a mother at 6 and then being sent out to work at 10, starting work at 5 o'clock in the morning to do the milk round, being dropped off at 8:45 at school in the milk van, that work ethic. So that combination of those two, work ethic and great insecurity, was what got me to where I went to.
We cook, beauty cooks, everything cooks, then goes downhill. So the secret of cooking is to understand when to stop cooking. It's not a recipe, it boils down to understanding more than anything. Simplicity has been always the secret to everything. It really has. The more you add, the more you're taking away, really, so you've got to know when to stop. It's that little something which you can't write into a cookery book.
No. It's
that inner feeling which comes from within, and that understanding of what you're working with. Chop the chicken, I'll chop the chicken. If you want me to chop the mushrooms, I'll chop the mushrooms. But don't expect me to sell my heart. Never expect that. It's one of the main secrets when you actually use a fish or a pigeon, whatever it is, to retain that natural beauty, that natural shape. Once you start to cover it up, then you're losing all natural qualities. It's like a lady with clothes on. She's all right. You look at a beautiful lady with no clothes on, she's far nicer. So never cover it up. Gavroche is the most honest restaurant in the country, and that's why that's why Gavroche is 3-star. I look, you know that. I look so rough, it's unreal. The job was carved in my face, with the stress, with the hours, with the tension, with the pressure.
I believe that we live in a world of refinement, not invention. I don't think you can reinvent. You can refine cuisine. But let's not forget, you can refine something too much. You make a souffle too light, it'll collapse. I was born into a council estate. Getting a job at the Hotel St. George was my passport to escape the world that I was born into, to start a new world.
We all want things and we work for things. But when you actually get them, you realise that you've worked for something you didn't really want. Everyone wants a bit of us. The TV want one arm, publishers want another arm, the customers want another arm, the journalists want another arm. And when it first happens, it's all so exciting. You have this endless energy. You actually want to do TV, you want to do publicity, but after a time when you've done it a little bit, you realise that I don't want it anymore. You just want your freedom back.
If you ask me a simple question, what makes a great chef? I would say that great chefs have 3 things in common. 1, they accept and respect that Mother Nature is the true artist, and they are the cook. 2, everything that they do becomes an extension of them as a person. And 3, they give you insight into the world they were born into, the world which inspired them, and they serve it on their plates. I always believed in one thing when I was in the kitchen: honesty with yourself. Serve your food hot, serve it quick, and keep it simple, and allow Mother Nature to be the true artist. Allow her to do the work. You're just the cook. And when you accept that in life, then life changes. Because like artists, when they're young, they tend to overwork it. They've been given all this information, all this knowledge, all this skill, and they feel they have to use it. But if you look at the great chefs, the great artists, they make it look so simple, don't they? And the most important aspect of any restaurant is the environment we sit in, not what's on the plate. Because if you don't feel comfortable within the environment you're sitting in, you will never enjoy what's on the plate. And cook food that you want to eat, not what you think they might want to eat, because it's got to be an extension of you as a man. Because if it doesn't become an extension of you, then you'll never be happy cooking. Allow Mother Nature to be the star and take your inspiration from your early beginnings. Working hard was the greatest painkiller I could ever have taken, and I feared that I would die before I achieved what I felt was within me. It's about luck. Success is born out of luck. It's awareness of mind that takes advantage of that opportunity. You will all be confronted with opportunity. You must take advantage of it. Because if you don't take advantage of your opportunity, you'll never realize your dreams. Whether you want them or not is an irrelevance. You don't know that until you achieve it.
Chef,
it's others who make and realize your dreams.
And that is
it's not you.
Philosophy.